How's everyone doing, man? Hope you guys and girls are doing good. I'm looking forward to doing this video. By the way, I don't know if you can hear rain. There's a lot of rain coming down, so you might be able to hear rain. And this the chimney part in my room here, you can hear like a drip. It's a bit annoying. It's almost like being tortured when you're trying to sleep and you're hearing this constant drip. But that's life. It's a time full of challenges. Okay, in this video, I'm going to explain to you how to deal with anxiety when it comes. This is especially when you're on your own and you wake up in the morning, and as soon as you wake up you feel panic and you feel anxiety and you're dreading getting up out of bed and going out the house, or you're just dreading the day, right? And I really want to explain this particular scenario. I've covered many scenarios throughout the years on YouTube and when I was teaching full-time on how to get over anxiety, especially with social anxiety. But for this video I'm going to cover a specific area because I used to really suffer with this privately for many years, and it used to really affect my life. And when I figured out how to deal with it and get over it, as always, I'm excited to help other people and to share it. It's the least I can do. It doesn't cost anything and I feel great about doing it. So if you're new to the channel and you've got a lot of anxiety and you want to learn how to deal with it and build self-confidence, definitely subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on my Instagram page. There's a link below this video to my Instagram page, and I've got another YouTube channel which is called Become Fearless, and I do podcast shows and it's all about how to deal with fear, right? So I've got so much experience, but so have you. Everyone's got experience with fear, right? Okay, so the stuff I'm going to give today, I know for a fact it works. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, or whatever time you wake up, midday or whenever you get up, and you wake up with that dread, that terrible feeling, and you have that heavy anxiety on the top of your chest, and you just feel panic, you feel worried, you feel in danger, you feel like there's a threat. And sometimes, you probably know, right, you don't even know why you feel like that. Sometimes there's not a reason why you've woken up with an anxiety attack and panic. Like, there's not always a reason. Sometimes there is a reason, right? So I'll explain the two scenarios. So this is what I found to work 100%, and it's difficult initially, but if you push through it, the anxiety will completely go away and you'll be back to feeling good again and normal. What you've got to do is you've got to get out of bed as quick as you can. And I'll explain what I mean. Basically, the way that you get over the anxiety in this situation is you have to take practical action. You have to physically move your biology, because staying still in bed and thinking about the thing that's making you anxious, there might be one thing that you're worrying about, it might be several. It could be money, it could be relationships, it could be something you've got to deal with in your life, or it could be you might have watched negative things on the media the night before and it's put a lot of fear in you. That can easily happen. Or you might just be worried about everything in your life, or it doesn't really matter whether it's loads of things, or you might just not know, why am I feeling like this. Staying in bed and thinking about it, all you're going to do is get more anxious. I tried that for years, it doesn't work. And I think the worst thing to do, what a lot of people do, is they try and go back to sleep. And I don't think that's ever a good idea, unless obviously you haven't had much sleep. You have to get out of the bed. Now, you get out of the bed, the next thing is you've got to get stuck into simple tasks, and I can give examples of what I do. And it doesn't have to be in a certain order, so don't get fixated on, I have to do that order, whatever. Get up and go and take a shower. The shower immediately is a physical thing. You've got to get up and move, and the water, it wakes you up, and it really does help. When you get out of the shower, obviously you got to brush your teeth, the usual things, cream your face, whatever you do, put clean clothes on. I'm telling you, just doing that before I even get to the next bit, it's life changing. It will totally, let's say the anxiety is like just say analogy, it's a cup, right? It's full to the top. If you just do what I said, get up, shower, come out, put clean clothes on, it will come down. The next thing would be what I would call carrying out a task in the house, and something that, it sounds crazy, but it really helps with take my anxiety away, is cleaning up, hoovering. If you hoover your carpet or your floor, you clean the floor, or you take out the trash. Today I hoovered, I took out the trash, and I done the washing up. So 3 chores that I did. I'm telling you straight away, it took away the anxiety that I woke up this morning. So That's how you do it, and I'll add a few more things to it. So it's basically, when you feel it, you've got to get up. And I understand, let me explain, right? And I understand this without having to, I don't need a scientist to break it down or go and all this kind of study. There's nothing wrong with that, but I know it from my own experience. What happens is, when you're sitting down and you're getting these thoughts or these subconscious thoughts, every time you get these thoughts and you think these thoughts and you feel the emotions of these thoughts, they're just adding to the anxiety. So think of the anxiety, think of it as yourself as an empty cup. And if water's coming in and you don't stop the water, it's going to just keep filling and filling and filling up till it gets to a point where it's full. And anxiety is like that with the mind. When you keep thinking anxious thoughts and you just stay still thinking them, it just gets worse. And all the energy, because anxiety is energy, is getting built up in the body. So what happens is, when you take practical action and you move the body, you do something physical like taking a shower, sweeping, cleaning the house, even exercise would be even better, or all of these things, getting down, doing 100 push-ups or squats. When you do these things, what you do is you break the chain of overthinking. You break the pattern of thought. And as you break the pattern of thought, you change state. Your physiology, your biology, I was going to say your spirituality, even that's a word, but I think that's even true. Your psychology changes because of movement. And that's why I think when we're younger and we're kids, we love running about so much, because we have so much anxiety and excitement and energy, we cannot sit still with it. So anxiety is the same. And I don't agree on a lot of the sources out there. I'm sorry. Even if I'm up against everyone disagreeing with me, I ain't agreeing with it because it didn't work for me personally. I don't agree on, sitting for long periods of time and meditating. That never worked for me. I'm sorry it didn't. And if it offends people, then that's not my problem, that's their problem. I'm telling the truth. If it works for other people, then that's brilliant. That's obviously working for you. But it didn't work for me to sit down and try and meditate. It sounds positive, but it doesn't work in practice. It never works for me. The anxiety is too strong. It just overrides it. What always works is practical action, physical practical movement, moving the body. We have a body like a car or an engine, picking up, moving about. And let me explain something about anxiety as well. A lot of the anxiety we have is the shame of having anxiety. So if you feel ashamed that you're feeling anxiety, you're going to get more anxiety. And a lot of the shame is feeling not good enough, out of control, a coward, someone who's not accomplishing anything in their life. Even though there's no say it's factually true, but that's how you feel, as far as your subconscious mind is. And years of conditioning, generational thinking and conditioning and programming and ancestry things that some of us don't even fully understand, right? Within all the intelligence we have as human beings so far, as intelligent as we are, there's a lot we don't understand, which is why I can break this video down in the best way I can, sharing different ways of language that people can understand. But it's really understood through physical movement. And it took me many years to figure this out, because I tried the other stuff. I tried breathing, which is the obvious one, and it helps a bit, but it doesn't take it away. You can't breathe your problems away. If you have things that you need to physically do and attend to, they're not going to go away by breathing. If I've got a leak in my house, breathing is not going to take the leak away. Getting the leak fixed is going to take my anxiety away. So a lot of it is about facing it, dealing with it. And it's that feeling of accomplishment. When you're getting up and showering, what you're actually saying is, I'm not letting you beat me. I'm not frightened of you. I'm not scared of you. You're not going to control me, because that's what the anxiety is trying to do. As crazy as it sounds, it is in some ways like a force possessing you and trying to control you. It is a force, but the human mind, if it chooses to, is stronger than it. And there's no shame in having anxiety. Everyone has it. It's part of being human. It's like saying, I'm ashamed that I feel happy, or I'm ashamed that I feel an emotion. It's part of being human. But our culture struggles with it, especially men, because it's an ego thing. It's like, oh, if I admit that I'm anxious or scared, then I'm a weak person. But it's like that's not intelligent. You have to really inquire into that and understand that. Every fighter, every boxer, even Mike Tyson has admitted it countless times. Go online, look at it. Tyson has said he was petrified before he got into the ring. He had anxiety. He even said on, I heard him say it yesterday on a podcast show, that on some of the fights he smoked cannabis, he smoked weed. I'm not recommending people do that. This is what Tyson said. I didn't say it. He said he smoked some weed before the night of the fight to calm him down because he had so much anxiety, paranoia. And, you know, obviously all fighters are gonna have nervous, and I really appreciate Tyson's honesty, because not every boxer tells the truth when they're about their fears. So everyone has it in every walk of life. Sportsmen have it, basketball players, footballers, teachers. In every walk of life, it's part of the human condition. But there is something you can do about it. So you have to take some action, and it varies, you know, according to how you're feeling. So it's just energy that needs to be used, and it's not going to get used by being stationary. When you're stationary and you're static, energy just keeps building up. Now, of course, there might be other scenarios where, and I'm willing to be wrong, where meditation does work for people, and I know a lot of people have accounted it didn't work for me, right? But I'm talking about a situation which is what I've described today, which is quite a particular situation, which is basically how to deal, you know, with a panic attack in the morning, an anxiety attack. Maybe meditation works. Maybe if, I don't know, it didn't work for me, but I'm just assuming from what people have said. Maybe if you do it regularly, you'll notice you'll be a bit more relaxed in your life. But even if you did meditation, you're still going to get anxiety attacks. Everyone gets them at some point. It depends, you know, especially when there's pandemics going on and things like that with the coronavirus. So I speak from experience. I speak from literally doing this today. I woke up today with what I've described, and I overcome it. And making a video was another part of that process. And I feel great. You can tell I'm in a good mood. You can see it. And I hope anyone watches this can apply this and feel really happy and good, because it's not a nice feeling. No one likes to feel terrified and anxious and stressed for long periods of time. So it's doing something physical. So that's how you do it. And as I said, you can pick and choose. I have found music helps as well. You can put music in the background when you're tidying and stuff. And it's really about learning how to get out of that feeling of not feeling like coming outside your comfort zone. So staying in your comfort zone when you're having an anxiety attack creates more anxiety. Pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, working with the anxiety, when the adrenaline is in your body and it's going off and your heart's beating and your breath is tight, you have to work with that. And that's what fighters do. They get very used to fighting under very stressful conditions, and that's what public speakers do, that's what teachers do, and that's what you do in your life. At some point you've had to do that at work, at college, at school. So I really hope this video gets a lot of views, because I'm really passionate about this. I want to help as many people as I can, and it's kind of frustrating because the videos that I do on porn addiction are getting so many views, which is good, but I would rather this video get more views. The videos that I do on social anxiety and anxiety, that's my favourite topic, to be frank. I don't particularly want to keep talking about porn addiction, but I am doing it because it is a problem for everyone, and a challenge, myself included. So from one person who suffers with anxiety to another person, I hope this can find you at the right time, really help you, and I'd love to know if it did help you. Let me know in the box below. So last takeaway before we go, so people are not confused, these are the practical things to do if you get anxiety in the morning. Get up out of bed as quick as you can, go and take a shower, put some clean clothes on, put some music on, wash the dishes, take out the trash, hoover where you live, make your bed, clean everything. It has such an amazing effect. And if you want to do more advanced, I'll cover this in another video, for people that have got a fear of leaving the house. When you've done all these things, because I'm going to do this later on, go out and go and do some shopping, or do something positive, or just go for a walk. Life-changing. That's it. I rest my case. That's all of the ways in which you conquer this particular scenario. And I'm going to do loads more videos on the channel on different areas of where anxiety really affects people and how to deal with it and get past it. All right. Become fearless. And I'll speak to you in the box below.